Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Pathogenic. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are continuing our quest to defeat the brain. I'm still really loving this game. I'm recording this basically right after I recorded the previous one, because I thought the heart boss was just so incredibly cool. So I want to see what the next levels look like. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right in. I'm still using the bacterium because, like I said, I really would like to see the end game so that I have a better sense of what we need to build in order to have a good chance of beating the end game. Obviously, we don't yet know exactly what we're going to need in order to defeat the brain boss, though I now have a better sense of how to beat the heart boss, especially now that I know that it drops health, which I certainly would have beaten it, I think, if I had picked up the healing last time. Have to make my way around here and just try to chip away at these enemies slowly. We don't have enough stamina yet to keep shooting constantly. Now, I could go for just extra damage for an empty organelle. I could go for external accepts internal. We could go with genetic reshuffle. You know what? It's very early in the run. This gives us 25% damage. There's a very good chance that this completely ruins our character, but I'm kind of tempted to see how this works and whether we get something good. So we got a spore cannon, electric arcs. This is after finishing a room without losing any HP, overcharged for 40 seconds. And when overcharged, chance to spawn a heart when finishing a room. Okay, so let's swap this so that this is overcharging our front arcs, and then we're going to put the mucus emitter here and get rid of the damaging explosions. Do I want the mucus emitter or the spore cannon to have 2 shots, or the conduit? I think this is fine. So obviously we've changed our character significantly because of that, but I kind of like that. I'm going to go with the glycogen reserve. Also, 25% damage permanently is really good. And, you know, so far I have felt like summon builds have worked the best for me. In particular, all the phages that we've gotten in the last 2 runs. So we may swap some of these out if those show up. Okay, cancerous vortisome. Cancerous spreads out of control. So what does that mean? So does that mean it's going to spread to nearby empty internal slots or spread to nearby full internal slots and, like, replace them? I really wish that the game would tell you that kind of thing. I think we'll go with the spore cannon. We can just upgrade our spore cannons to rare, get some extra damage on those. And we'll head over here. Alright, so we've got a lightning shooting gun. I need to pick up this DNA. So we want to play from fairly close, although the lightning is not accurate. And doesn't seem to be that damaging, to be honest, either. Let's check what's in the shop here. So we could buy a little bit of DNA. We could get an upgrade to our pristine mitochondrion. We could get a perforator tendril. We could get creates 4x DNA after being overcharged for 25 seconds. So actually, that gives me basically 4 DNA every room with the pristine mitochondrion. That seems pretty good, just getting passive levels faster. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, I guess this way. So we're not overcharging my weapons anymore, unfortunately, but I'm still hopefully just gonna get a bunch of passive benefits. Oh, and of course we're gonna change our character immediately anyways. So we could become the I mean, I have mostly liked the Corynebacterium parvum. We could become the Bacillus magnus here and potentially get more sideways shots, or we could become the Bacillus transversus This does make us wider, but I think in this spot is actually fine because we can put our pristine mitochondrion in the middle. It's now overcharging everything. I'm not going to equip the dehiscence lobber, but while this makes me wider, do I want it like this or with this in the center? Let's see. So if I do this, okay, those still fire forwards, so I think that's fine. And then we're done with this room. Let's go see if we can beat the skin boss here. Because those still fire forwards, I'm pretty happy putting them in the front, or putting them in the sides instead of the front, where they're not getting overcharged, but now we have 2 of them. All right. We got the vein. I assume that these rewards will still be here if I go through the vein. Okay, so harpoon that binds enemies to walls cost me 4 max HP to buy that. Pyroflagellum. We have cryoflagellums currently, so this gives me burning trail when dodging. And this gives a slashing melee weapon, which we could put in the front for 3 max HP. I don't love these bonuses, but I feel like you kind of have to take one, so maybe I just go with the epic lacerator tendril, put it directly in the front, and then we just do this. I could also do this, and then yeah, I kind of like that more, I think, because then we now have, that's a pretty good shield, those melee attacks, just to delete enemy projectiles. I only have 5 health, but that's okay. Increased range of projectiles, so this is an attack infuser, so these are all passives. I guess I'll take the extensor, and then I'll put it in my stash, and we can recycle the lobber here. And then it's on to the intestine. So right now, passively, we just have plus 40% damage, which has to be pretty good. We do not have the same level of ranged capabilities. Like, we just don't have the same amount of reach as we did last time. All right, so do I want max HP or dodge and vuln? I'm going to take a max HP because right now we've just got 5, and that's pretty low, I think. Oh, no. All right, well, it just cost me an armor, but obviously taking that hit was pretty rough. Having to play a little closer to the enemy than I would like with this build so far. What? No. All right, well, this is not going well. I'm still very bad at the movement in this game. Let's keep pushing up here. There should be another group of enemies. Yeah, there was. All right, that was it for the main large intestine. Only 2 side rooms with fast travel points. I assume these all connect. Need to wait for some stamina, and then we can get in there. I want to get rid of these electric arcs, I think. And I guess we'll take extra attack speed here. The electric arcs feel pretty bad. I mean, I can check their damage, I guess. So this is 972, 1,000. Oh, it did do 1,000 damage. And then these mucus emitters did not do as much. So maybe it's the mucus emitters that need to go away. Just get some DNA there for completing a room without taking damage. All right, instantly took damage in this room. Yeah, it's actually really important that I don't take those random hits because that's where all my bonus levels come from. Let's take a random weapon. So this is a drill that takes time to spin up. Now, I don't mind putting this in the front. So let's do this, and then do I want to keep the extensors or the mucus emitters? I think we'll recycle the mucus emitter. Take our HP. Oh, there's a little side reward room here. And take the stamina almost certainly. Yeah, definitely taking the stamina, and then we'll go to this room here. I do like that we can see what's in the shop from this room. That's kind of fun. Oh, no. Oh, I took a hit right at the end, so we don't get to charge anything. Okay, the excitable vortisome. So this only works while overcharged. Thermal lance I did like. Oh, well, I guess the charge worked there. And we got some DNA. I could get a leveled up extensor, which we do have saved, but it doesn't do anything. Let's buy some DNA. And then, all right, so now I need to decide about how we're changing our character. So if I go with this one, we can move the endospore and pristine mitochondrion, so the mitochondrion can be charging all these internal slots. I can then put the extensor here. We lose out on the galvanic conduit because we only have we don't have that many externals. We could go with this setup, and then we would do like so. And then I guess the extensor here where it hits all of the front things. This does make my character very wide. We could also go like this and then do pristine mitochondrion hitting both of these and extensor here, but then again we're giving up the galvanic conduit. So the only way we get all of our weapons to still exist is by taking this one. I guess I'll do that. And then we can swap here, and we're still charging all of our endospore and mutagen. And do I want to level the extensor? You know what, let's do that. Get even more range, mostly on the drill, I think is the important thing. And then we'll head over here. All right, trying to clear that enemy. Cleared everything in that room, so that wasn't bad. And then let's head over here. And we could get, press E to launch a shield, or transfers attacks from melee weapons into projectiles. Melee attacks gain bonuses from connected infusers. I'm curious how this works, so I'm gonna put this in over this thing for now, just because I want to know how this actually functions. So okay, so it's making my drill ranged, basically. Interesting. So what if we then... I still think I want it like this, but basically this is giving us extra range on these weapons. Minus 10% damage, but longer range. That's cool. I think that's a good trade-off. Because now our drill is kind of damaging things far away. It's a lot less reliable, though, because it just seems to spit out kind of wherever it feels like. But it's cool that we ended up with a weird build this time. All right, so I can take a hit to open this box. I guess I will. And all right, we traded 1 health for 2 armor. We also got to level up. Lightning split chance, frozen enemies, stash slot, extra levels on our organelles. Let's go with extra levels. I think we're early enough in the run that extra levels is still good. We'll head over here and we'll do the boss. We're a little slow. I wouldn't mind a Cilia upgrade of some kind. Running out of... Oh no, it turned its laser. Ah! I'm just running out of stamina to block the projectiles is the thing that was getting me there. Alright, took a few hits, but not the end of the world, and we got a vein, so I could trade more of my max HP. Let's see what this looks like. So I could get a Cryoflagellum upgrade for 3 max HP, Sustained Beam while held, or turn a chosen slot into a 40% overcharged strength slot. Probably I'm going to do this, and then I'll turn my pristine mitochondrion into an extra overcharged strength slot. And I could trade... Can I trade away all my max HP? I'm tempted to hit this button, but I think I'm gonna not. And we'll head here. This seems not bad. The trophic pseudopod. So this could take the place of one of my forward-facing weapons. Do I want it over the Endospore? I don't think so. Actually, I'm just going to recycle that. I think we weren't taking any of those rewards, basically. And then we're on to the next zone. We only have 4 health, including our armor. Alright, we got that one. Let's head in here. Something that I will say I don't love structurally about this game is that, I guess I'll just take a little bit of passive bonus damage, is that when it shows those attack previews, like the enemies are about to fire a laser, it gives you very different amounts of time to react depending on the enemy. Most games, when they have that type of like visual indicator, are pretty careful to make sure that they don't give you different amounts of time to react to the same visual indicator. Because it really throws off your reflexes. Oh, what? Alright. I did not think I was going to take damage dashing there, but I need to dash less. I dash too much. Alright. Hold to charge, Lacerator, Tendril. That's what we have already, right? So those could become legendary. Entrant Mitochondrion or some DNA. Let's buy the Lacerator Tendril upgrade and get that to legendary. Pick up a little more DNA and then we'll head over to here. And I need to remember I'm in the stomach, so I need to be quick about it. I'm not feeling like our build is great, to be honest. Let's go with extra dodge charge. Okay, there's a question mark over here. Well, it's going to cost me health to open these chests, but I guess I'm doing it anyways. And we got a bunch of DNA. That's nice. And then I can go up this way. No, come back. Okay, the DNA follows. No, it all got eaten. When the door closed, all the DNA got eaten. Rough. I definitely need more stamina. Not being able to attack for such long periods of time is really getting me. Okay, so I could take this guy and become extra wide. I could turn into this guy. We still get to use all our external slots. I could become the Triplo Palisade and still get to use my external slots. I probably am going to do this because we still have the drill. We would be able to put our Soul Guy apparatus here, so it's hitting all my melee attacks. Pristine Mitochondrion can go here. This would then... must be connected to a projectile. Oh, I see. So it needs to connect both a projectile and a melee attack. So this turns my drill into 4 cannon attacks. I was misunderstanding how that worked. I thought I just turned connected melee attacks into projectiles. So this is a possible setup. I think this is fine. I'll, I guess, put this here so that we can attach more modifiers up here. And we'll go with this. I don't want to become even wider because it just makes it really hard to dodge. Let's head back here and we'll head in here. All right, nice fast room there. And we'll head over here. Get that DNA before we move into the other room this time. And we'll grab that, and then head in here. Okay, I definitely want the Pyroflagellum, and we'll just put that here, I guess. Oh, and we got a mutation. Oh, I could do it again. Even more damage. I'm very tempted to do this. You know what? Let's just genetic reshuffle every time. Okay, so now we've got Precise with high kinetic power, Legendary Triphase Tendril, we've got Rare Luciferase Pump, and a Dehiscence Lobber. Okay, well, I'm going to replace the Dehiscence Lobber because it damages me. Metabolic Mitochondrion after taking a pickup. Orbiting Arc that blocks enemy projectiles. Explosive Charge. So I want connected to both of my mitochondria. And then this deals damage to enemies. Let's put this here, and then I can have something that affects enemies. And then we've got Ballistic Flagellum, Cryoflagellum, Cryoflagellum. All right. I think that this is a worse build. I mean, it obviously you would expect it to be, but it is fun that we've just reshuffled again. And you know, 25% passive damage, you can do a lot worse than that. Using my explosion there and kind of seeing how that one goes. I do need some more max HP. Okay, so I can get a thermal lance. I can get the extensor and increase the range of my stuff. That seems pretty good. Enemies killed by affected attacks explode and they hurt the player. I still don't like the effects that hurt the player. I don't really have anything that I want to be firing sideways, although I could just combine my spicules here and apply the thermal lance, which I do like as a weapon, but I think let's go with extra range, because I can put this here. It makes my... No, it's not hitting the tendrils, but let's, I guess, do it this way, so that my triphase tendrils are now getting extra range on my melee attacks. Alright, and I believe that's everything in the stomach, so let's head back to the shop just in case there's something I want. So I want the entrant mitochondrion. I actually have all of my internal slots filled. So let's just buy some more DNA, and then we're going to head to the boss. What a weird run. Two. Well, I pressed E to explode, but the damage, I missed with the explosion. No. All right, we got it. And I got a couple points of armor, not bad. Okay, so I could creates an orbiting arc that improves attacks that pass through it. So I could put that in place of, I don't know, something here. Probably the galvanic sac. Lacerator tendril I could put on the sides, or I could combine my spicules. I could get ephemeral trophic pseudopod, which destroys itself in 10 rooms, but is pretty powerful. And gives overcharge. I don't love any of these. Let's go for the Opsonin arc. And then I'm going to replace the galvanic sac here. And then I'll put that there, and we'll recycle this. And then we're on to the next room. If we see another genetic reshuffle, I'm definitely taking it. Wow, okay, I need more stamina, but that's a lot of bright flashing lights. I'll try to put a flashing lights warning on on the video here. Yeah, stamina is definitely becoming a severe issue right now. Ooh, I really want the extra range, but I think I have to take stamina. If we can't shoot our guns, we can't win, you know? Alright, we did that, and then we'll head in here. I probably need to just buy more stamina. So I am going to do that, going up to 5. I'll take some more DNA. Sadly, I no longer have the free DNA every time I beat a room without taking damage, but still okay. I will need some more max health before we get to, like, the heart boss, where I think it's very hard not to take hits. Assuming I can make it to that point, obviously. Head in here. Okay, so Vortizome, Toxisome, or Centrinitis. So I do like being able to spawn a turret. Overcharge 14 seconds and 18 seconds. Useful to know that. I think that this one is usually going to be worse. I don't care that much about the explosive charge. I mean, it's fine, but I wouldn't mind spawning a turret or doing something else. But maybe Toxisome is the way to go. Because if I can connect it to all my weapons here, or some of my weapons here. Oh, but then I'd be moving the extensor. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have clicked that button. Because this does seem pretty good. How much overcharge is that one making? We'll keep the Toxisome. Okay, so this made no overcharge last room. So what if we put this in, take this out, and then we swap like so, and we get a little bit of poison from that. From the luciferase pump. Not blocking the enemy projectiles. I would like to block enemy projectiles. Oh, there's an armor down here too, which I should definitely pick up. Should not be taking all this random damage. But this character is very weird to play right now. Still need more stamina, even. I will say that the explosion that doesn't hurt you, using the same graphic as explosions that do hurt you, is throwing me. Alright, extra damage from melee attacks. I mean, that's a big chunk of our damage is the melee attacks, so we're going to do that. Alright, so this is one of the previous level bosses. Fortunately, we were able to just DPS it down. And let's head in here. Oxysome is great, but I gotta take the extra max HP. I mean, I really like Oxysome for more damage, but more max HP has to be the way. Probably need to kind of rethink my build, too. Also need to rethink walking into random damage. Yikes. Alright, let's head over here. We've got another previous level boss, which we can press E to explode. Yeah, we'll definitely head into this room. I'm hoping for, like, a max HP upgrade. Okay, so this is a choose effect. So turn a chosen slot into an Omni slot, turn a chosen slot into overcharge strength, chosen slot into 40% damage. Well, we're definitely doing 40% damage, and we'll put it on our tri-phase tendril slot. It's hard to tell how much the Opsonin arc is actually doing, but I think it's okay to keep it in there. Oh, another boss wave. Yeah, so that's an example of where the laser does not give you time to react to it. I'll take the damage and we'll take some money. Go to 2 health, that's fine. And then we're going to the... Actually, don't know how much money I got out of that. I don't really want this. I think I'll do a reroll here. Oh, right, I forgot it only rolls the ones you haven't bought from. I could get a rare mutagen, because we do have a bunch of overcharge. I kind of like the explosive charge. I've been liking that. What's my damage on, like, this? It did 130. So the spicules and the tri-phase tendrils are the things that are doing damage, basically. Let's get a spicule upgrade, and we'll put that at the corner ones, because there's 2 of them. And then I don't have enough money to buy a heart, so we just have to not take hits from the liver boss. Trying to get rid of the tentacles, because that's what's going to hit me, I think. Waiting for stamina. No. Oh, no. Okay. Well, that was bad. I just ran out of stamina. I mean, that was a fun run, but you know, we kind of goofed around there. It is funny how different the different rooms are in terms of how dangerous they are. Alright. Cryophore, continuous beam that freezes enemies, creates 3 cores after being overcharged for 25 seconds. So that's a lot of cores. We could also upgrade our entrant mitochondrion. Let's head over here and we'll think about that, depending on what else we see in this map. Alright. Minus projectile spread, plus max HP, plus stat dash slot. Wow, this is a really bad set of passives, I think. I guess I'll take minus projectile spread. But the thing is, it doesn't tighten the spread on your projectiles, like, between different weapons. It tightens it within the same weapon. Which I don't think is that important. Now, I will take shoots out a melee minion. This is the type of stuff that we're really looking for. Get my heal, and then we'll head over here. And, alright, harpoon that binds enemies to walls. You know what, sure. We'll put that on. We'll upgrade our caustic secretors to maximum. So basically that should be able to shove enemies into walls, and then our minions will gank them. Alright. We have an ouchie chest, but we'll take that. I forgot that those can have traps in them, so I almost didn't dodge. Some classic reflexes. A display of incredible prowess there. Let's head back to this room, and so I could put in the Opulentor. You know what? Let's do that. I'll take the Opulentor. It's going to pay for itself in not that long. And then I'm going to upgrade my entrant mitochondrion as well. And now it gets 20 seconds of overcharge. I guess I should have bought the Opulentor earlier, because then I'd have had it for more rooms. So, mistake there. Okay, I wasn't sure if the harpoon would actually work on the boss, but it did. Here, I'm gonna probably become... Let's see. So if I become a caucus, then our oxysome can hit everything. And the mitochondrion can charge the oxysome and the Opulentor. So this is not bad. Diplobacillus, we unfortunately can't get everything all charging. So yeah, I think we're going for the circle here. Basically, this works the best with my current setup. Autophagic mitochondrion, press E to sacrifice 1 HP and overcharge. Recuperative, and we'll go with Enhancer, and I'm going to upgrade my melee minions here. And then we're on to stage 2. The minion builds, of course, are somewhat of a crutch, but they just feel so strong. compared to the weapon attacking builds. This game, something that I have felt so far, and obviously this will decrease as I get more familiar with the game, but it does feel more luck-based than most of these roguelikes intend to be, because the differences between different builds are so pronounced, and whether you get an evolution that works with the items that you've built, whether you get a weapon that does anything, seems to be fairly, chance-based. So it does seem like you're gonna, on average, have to do more runs playing this game to get a viable run. All right, let's go with, as long as it doesn't hit the 2 back runs, I'll take the volatile receptor, and okay, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hit. Now we've got 40% extra damage on our gun. Need some more stamina. Any more enemies? All right, there was nothing. Opulentor continuing to give us a few cores here and there. So, fortunately, they all went for the minions. Definitely need more stamina. Extra base speed. Okay, so this is an interesting combo. The Opulentor with the Argentic coating is a lot of damage. Let's go with that, because we can keep stacking up passive money and just get passive percent damage. Galvanic Conduit is an external slot. It emits electric arcs. The Blast Assist Mortar is the one that damages me, which I'm still avoiding for now because I'm just not good enough at the game yet. This dealt actually a lot of damage last map, the Kineticist. So I think we're going to keep that for now. Oh. Dashed into the cilia there and then just took a hit because I couldn't dodge in time. I need to be really careful about dashing in the intestine level, because it's so easy to just end up in the cilia and get trapped. I'm going to not open this box. Every time I've opened one of the $5 boxes, I've regretted it. And in this case, we actually have a build that cares about keeping money as well. Alright, I don't want to sacrifice HP. Eternal Sympathetic Detonator. Affected attacks explode when dashing. I'm going to take this and just recycle it. And we'll head to here. Explode, detonate that bomb, pick up some DNA, try to clear those enemies as well. Alright, and we got a Cryosome. Attacks have a chance to freeze. I do like that. Unfortunately, I can't really swap anything, but I wouldn't mind attaching it to my Caustic Secretor, and I think that the Lightning Arc... Oh, nice, okay, and I basically have to take extra stamina here. We just can't fire our weapons enough right now. And here we're going to head to the shop. Now, I need to be a little careful about the shop. I do like Pyrosome, because I could Is it worth putting it in instead of the oxysome, and we can stack up extra burn on enemies? Apply 4 burn. It gets bonuses from connected infusers. I am going to spend 2 on this DNA. I think I'll spend 7 on the pyrosome. I'm going to try it out against the boss, and if it doesn't do anything, we'll go back to the oxysome. But we are stacking up quite a lot of burn with my minions that set things on fire now. So we'll check the damage after this fight and see whether the pyrosome was doing anything, basically. Trying to get this DNA charge. I dashed too early there, so then I got hit by the enemy. I'm not really sure how the fire works. I guess it times out after a bit. Because it seemed like it was stacked up, but then it kind of went away. Okay, so let me check my... So that dealt 5,000 damage in the last room. The pyrosome. So that's not bad at all. I could go with this, and then oxysome wouldn't necessarily be able to connect too much. So let's see. So if we went with this, we could go Opulentor, and we could put the oxysome here for a little bit of extra damage. And then that will also make my pyrosome deal extra damage. I could become the Diplococcus, and then we could put the oxysome in here. We could do like so. And that way we've got pyrosome on one of our things. It doesn't allow us to connect the pyrosome to everything, which this setup does. This one also lets us connect the pyrosome to everything, but doesn't let us use our oxysome effectively. Or I guess I could do it like this, and then we're not charging the pyrosome, but we are getting the Opulentor charged. And sure, we can do it. So we're charging the flagella. So this doesn't use overcharge, but it does set up our weapons pretty well. Yeah, let's go with this setup, I think. Pick up this armor. We'll grab this HP. Okay, and we can get some more flagella. I guess I'd rather leave a toxic trail here. So we'll go ahead and do this and combine here. And then, yeah, and then I just leave spark clouds everywhere we go. I like that because it's passive. Still definitely need more stamina. Alright, so there's still a heart back there if I need it later. And we'll head in here. Oh, that one got, like, punted towards me somehow. I guess the other explosion sent it flying towards me, and then it detonated on top of me, so that was pretty unlucky, to be honest. Yeah, that's what happened. You can see when something explodes, it, like, kicks the ragdoll away. Random attack infuser. Nope, we'll go with minion damage. And then we'll head in here. And attacks pierce, or we'll take this because it can just work passively. So we'll put it here. And then we'll head over here. Trying to stack up a reasonable amount of fire on everything. Let's see what the shop has for us. So this gives, an Opulentor upgrade. I'll definitely take that. So I'm going to take this. Opulentor upgrade. I could actually just take a second one, right? Because this, that's actually just better. And then I can take a pristine mitochondrion and make my Opulentors trigger even more. So that seems pretty good. I'll buy some DNA as well. Try not to walk into the projectile there. So we definitely have an interesting internal setup here, where we should just be making a lot of money. Every room. And hopefully that'll help me stack up infinite damage. Yeah, that's a lot of cash. Let's head over here, and so I could go with the Pyrosome upgrade, and I definitely think we're taking that. Get that rare, so it's applying basically twice as much burn. Nice. Oh no, I forgot we had two of them. Okay, nice. we were able to come back and get that. And now we're just pooping money everywhere we go. Here, I don't care that much about this. Just money just popping out of the character all the time. I guess I'll just take the kinetic extension. Once we change the shape of our character again, we might need it. And actually, the range on the lightning effect isn't bad. Okay, let me head to the shop again, because that's the end of the stomach. And I'll see if there's anything here I want. Don't really want that. All right, so I guess we're good. And I don't want to spend money re-rolling because our money is so good, and we've already bought 2 items, so we'd only be re-rolling one thing. Trying to stack up a reasonable amount of fire on it. And there we go. Okay, nice. So I could get the Sentry Nidus and spawn a turret, perform a dash attack, projectiles bounce off walls and enemies. That all seems pretty fun. Poop some more money. Let's go check the vein first and see what we could get here. So attacks have a chance to arc to nearby enemies. So that is interesting. And it is legendary, but costs more than half my max health. Attacks explode on impact, damaging players and enemies. I don't think I'm taking any of these. I mean, I could replace my Kineticist with the shotgun. Because this is an epic shotgun, which just fires a 5-shot burst for 3 max health, think that's probably good. We'll put this in here because it's just going to apply more fire. And yes, it costs max HP, but I think that's okay. And then take the Sentry Nidus. I think what I'm going to do is combine my Opulentor. It does mean less income, but now we can spawn turrets as well. And then we're on to the next area. I would like the effect that makes the turret spawn automatically and take less. 100% damage, take double damage. Or extra overcharge strength on, like, my entrant mitochondrion just means way more stuff here. On the other hand, this doubling damage is really powerful. I think I'm just going to do this, though. Oh, wait, no, it's a random slot. Okay. So which slot did we hit? We hit... Can we see? This one, okay. Mitochondrion and energy consumer. So I'm going to swap these two because I think I want my entrant mitochondrion to be the one that's getting more charge. Desperately need more stamina because I just can't shoot my guns enough. Also, another argentic coating upgrade would be a lot of damage for us. I'm just spamming E every time we have an available sentry. And there we go. Well, that thing died quick. I was like looking for the boss. I just couldn't find it. All right, let's head over here. I wouldn't mind buying some DNA. Extensor could be good if we could connect it to everything, but we can't. I definitely want the Nidoblast upgrade. Okay, so the question is, do I replace the Pulsar Gland? I think I'm just upgrading the Nidoblast. More Nidoblasts would be good, but the Caustic Secretor is doing a lot of damage. Actually, not that much, comparatively. Pyrosome didn't do much. Alright, the tooltips are wacky for how much damage things did in the last room. But I guess we'll upgrade our Nidoblasts anyways. And don't need to buy anything else here. I could buy some DNA. It does cost me a little damage. We'll think about doing that later, I think. Attacks improve over time as they travel. So do I want to keep this or the Kineticist? I think I'll just recycle this. And then we'll head over here. What? Oh. That was sloppy. Yeah, okay, I need to not dash in this room. Just took a bunch of damage by just dashing into everything. Okay, so now I could be this guy, but bigger. Which isn't bad. It does mean we're no longer connecting everything in here, right? If I become this guy, but bigger. I guess we're still connecting to both of those things. I could... and the Opulentor just needs to go back in here. I could become the Triplococcus. I don't think I like that. The Bacillus longus has the advantage of I can probably connect my Centrinitis to one of these things. Maybe even the Pyrosome. But we lose the pristine mitochondrion. So I think we're going to become the Coccobacillus magnus. And we'll put our Opulentor back here where it's connected to everything. I'm not going to equip the Kineticist, actually, because it's just firing sideways, and that doesn't seem that useful. And we're struggling for stamina. We'll pick this up. Again, I'm not going to take the $5 chest, because every time I do, it makes me sad. I need to check the damage tooltips because I'm actually really not sure what is doing our damage. So this is doing 2,000, 2,000, 1,500, 1,600. Yeah, it's mostly our minions. And then the Centrinitis did 1,000. The Galvanic Sac did 300. Okay, yeah. Let's head in here, and I'll take another Entrant Mitochondrion. Sure, it can just keep charging everything, and we can combine it later. Sounds good to me. And then we'll head back here. And we got a new loadout unlocked, so that's cool. Come on, enemies. There we go. Alright, and this is where we need to go next. Just a bunch of enemies stuck in that little corner there. Then over here, and we'll see the reward. Okay, Swarmnitis. So now what I'm going to do is put this in and then combine the Entrant Mitochondrion, I guess. Yeah, I think that's fine. So now we're going to get sentries and fast-shooting minions. Still just need more internal. So I can just hit E, like, constantly right now. Okay. Active abilities. Yeah, that's the one I want, because that's just many fewer buttons to hit, and it just means we're going to get constant minion spam, which seems great as well. Also, we have $232. My character's large butt did get me hit there. Fighting this from the top instead of the bottom of the screen is a lot more difficult. Excuse me. Rip to headphone users. All right, we'll take that. Yeah, we'll take another Centrinitis. Rare Excitable Oxidator or Cryopseudopod. Yeah, we'll take another Centrinitis. So this I can either upgrade, or I can get a second one. So I could have my Galvanic Arc replaced. Now, the Galvanic Arc was very good in the boss fight. 4,000 damage from that. Not as much as my weapons, but... do I just want more units? I could swap out the Opulentor, but it's just giving me consistent damage. I think I'll just upgrade the Sentry Nidus here. And then we're on to the next area. This run is really fun. Last run, I was sort of like, eh. Whoa, big explosion. Alongside a vacuum effect. Yeah, I shouldn't be in this corner because the vacuum effect is pulling me into the explodey thing. Trying to pick up some of that DNA without taking damage. Alright. Took a hit, but that's alright. We'll head to this next room here. Which enemy is firing that laser grid? I'm not sure. I think it's like stuck behind that thing, so my minions aren't hitting it. Yeah, it's that one. My minions had to sort of work their way around it in a weird arc. They're all getting pulled in by the vacuum. Alright, we'll head in here. Thermal Lance or Dorsal Lysosome. This is an attack infuser. It can go here, and then it won't hit anything. I mean, I guess I'll take it, and then we'll put it here, and it's not connected to anything. Now, what I could do is this, and then it deals 100% damage on backstabs there, but I think we'll just not worry about it, unless I get more minions or mines or something. Basically just storing up some DNA there. Look how many minions we've got. Okay, trying to kill that enemy because it makes the other ones invincible. That guy fires one of the laser grids. A lot of chaos in this run so far. Lightning Split, enemy projectiles move slower, random attack infuser. Go with projectiles move slower. Maybe gives me a little more time to react to stuff. And we'll head over here. Is this another? Okay, this is another pack. I would like to find another stamina upgrade. 2 stamina right now is really cramping my style. Also, yeah, the vacuum effect made it so hard to dodge there. Try to clear those enemies. Okay, I don't have a heart on the map currently. We'll head over here. That guy's very pointy. Enemy spawning on top of me. We'll try to get it with the lightning and all of our turrets and everything. double laser grid enemy, but they're kind of stuck in a corner here. Oh, I see. There's a buffer there. That's why they weren't dying. And then we'll head in here. Now, I do think that the summon builds probably struggle a bit against the hard boss just because it has the, like, auto hit. Head in here. Okay. Press E to shoot out a circle of 30 attacks of each connected weapon, but it needs overcharge. So it needs to be a weapon and it needs overcharge. Galvanic Flagellum, when dashing, unleashes arcs of lightning. I mean, I guess I'll take this and I'll put it here for now. And it's dealing extra backstab damage for whatever that's worth. And then we'll head over here. So yeah, so now I do lightning damage when I dash. I need to camp in the corner there, and then I need to get out of there because the spiky ball is after me. It's not 100% clear to me which environmental projectiles you can kill and which you can't, or environmental hazards you can kill and which you can't, which is sometimes kind of annoying. Had to dash away from that because I was getting pulled into it. And there we go. Okay, and there's the boss. I still have one more room to do, though. I do wish my sentries and shooting minions had attack effects on their attacks, like if I could give them the Pyrosome effect. Alright, a lot of buffers, so we'll try to angle to where we're hitting them instead of the other enemies. Lots of visual noise here. Minus projectile spread, extra damage, but we lose damage. Oh, yeah. Another Argentic coating. 180% damage from that. Alright. I probably do still want the... So I could take an assist depositor and put it, like, here, because the mines aren't bad. I probably do want an oxysome upgrade, but this costs 20, which is just 20% raw damage. So it would... I think it's still worth it. I think we still end up damage positive by taking the epic oxysome here. I probably don't want to buy the DNA, though. And then let's head back over here. And we'll fight the lungworm. Now, we know the lungworm has 2 stages. So this looks like it's going well, but of course the enemy gets tougher when it gets into stage 2 here. On the other hand, my horde of minions... We're basically playing an RTS at this point. Look at the mini-map there. No! I was gonna have a perfect fight. Oh well. Prevents death once and explodes. Freezes nearby enemies on contact. Attacks have a chance to freeze. So I could put the prevents death once and explodes over the dorsal lysosome, which obviously isn't doing anything here. I could get the cryopseudopod. These are an external slot and they freeze nearby enemies, so I could put them here instead of the galvanic flagella. But I kind of like being a little faster. This only gives me 1 HP back, but I think it's fine to put that here. We'll put the dorsal lysosome here, and then we'll recycle the kineticist. And then we're on to... I think this is the heart. So this is as far as I've... Well, the heart boss is as far as I've gotten. So now we're playing a pick 3 roguelike. Different mechanics. Do I want cores? Do I want a chest? I don't want a chest because I presumably have to spend to open it. Or armor. Armor will help me stack up some survivability, so I'll take that, even though cores is, you know, good for our argentic coating. Oh. Alright, enemies shoot really fast in this room. Give me that DNA. Alright. Wait, we don't get a choice? Okay, well, I guess we don't get a choice. Unlucky. Trying to stay in the corner and spawn enough minions that we can just have them do the job for us. All right, and we'll head over here, if I can get there without getting pulled away. Do I want to spend 10? I'll unlock one of them, and that gives me a heart. I don't think I need to unlock the other one. Okay, we don't get a choice again. Interesting. Last time I came through, we just got a choice every time, I feel like. This gives us a passive upgrade. So I could have unlocked the other and maybe gotten an armor, which I would have taken, but if we get like a heart out of it, then it's completely wasted. I don't know if there's, you know, useless upgrade protection in this game when you open a chest. Will it not give you a heart if you're at full health? But I imagine it doesn't do that. Or rather, I imagine you can still find a heart even when you're full health. And it's just random. I don't know that for sure, but that's my kind of assumption. Oh, baby. All right. Another argentic coating. So now we're at plus 600-ish% damage. And yeah, we again don't get a choice. I have to say this, the heart chamber is a lot less... The heart level is a lot less fun when you don't get a choice. Okay, how many of these do I want to open? Let's open at least one. And I have to take the stamina unless there was an argentic coating, but I need to take stamina. I think I can open another one because they often just give hearts. Alright, so that just cost me health for nothing. Yeah, let's stop throwing away our HP. And then again, I don't get a choice. I mean, I'd be taking, like, armor and health runes if we had a choice. So I'm pretty unhappy that the game isn't giving us that. And then, alright, pristine mitochondrion, well, we will upgrade to a legendary. So that's pretty nice. And... yeah, we will definitely go to the health room because I don't have full health right now. And I'd like to stack up some survivability before we go fight the heart boss. constantly just pooping money still. All right, and then we're on to... No, I need to take my money, and then we'll go on to the store here. Yeah, still just no choices. Okay. Spawns a minion that shares connected weapons. Revives the minion in battle after being overcharged for 20 seconds. So, unfortunately, I don't have an easy way. I mean, I could put it here. I don't have an easy way to actually connect it to weapons at all. Caustic Secretor, I could upgrade those. I could get that. I could get some DNA. I could buy some armor. I probably should buy some armor. So let's buy... Cost me some damage, but I'm going to buy, I think, 2 armor here. Cost me a lot of damage. And then do I want to upgrade my Caustic Secretors? Probably not, because we lose so much passive damage doing that. Do I want another armor? I'm very tempted. I can also... yeah, we're nowhere close to leveling up. But basically, every point of Spore I have is an extra 1.5% damage. Let's go to the boss. I think we'll save. We won't buy the armor. All right, so now we know how this boss works a little better. I need to... So I cleared that. There's a heart there. I'm gonna head back and grab the heart, although I immediately took more damage by doing that. Got that. There's a heart in here. I think I have thrown this run, unfortunately, by just walking into every attack. Okay, so we used our extra life. Blew that up. We'll pick up the heart. We'll make our way around. Got the extra one. And what's going on here? It's so flashy. Okay. Trying to put damage on the center here. Trying to get near it so that our lightning procs without taking too many hits. Trying to stack up the fire. We have 2 health left. Running out of stamina again. Oh, okay. I was not expecting to win that one when I walked into every attack, but I'm glad I took the extra life. And now we can pick up a few hearts at least and some armor. And there we go. So now what? I have to blow up this wall. Where do I go? Help, I'm trapped. Yeah, I can't get back out that way. Okay, I genuinely don't know how to go to the next area. That's really funny. There's nothing in here, right? Am I taking damage when I go there? I mean, I guess I just have to stay here and... Is this just gonna kill me? Is it gonna send me through to the next area? Okay. Oh no. Well, rip to that guy. Okay, so roll credits, which means that the brain area is like a post-victory boss. So there we go. So that's pretty fun. I managed to beat the heart boss. And we got our first actual pathogenic win. Kind of cool. I loved that build. All right, so let's... Oh, neat. You can, if you click on the credits, it gives, you can like draw. That's fun. All right. So there we go. So I beat the heart boss. So I guess there's a second level after the heart. Because I know that there's a brain level because it shows up in the achievements and stuff. But I guess that at least until you've increased the difficulty, that's a victory. So hope that you guys enjoyed that one. That was really tense right at the end. We needed our extra life, but we did get there. As always, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Pathogenic. We'll maybe try to get the brain boss and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.